She's holding her own phone, dialing her own number, and when the other end picks up, she tells herself, don't let Cal hurt Travis, don't leave him alone with Ross, or this is going to happen all over again. Then the ground opens up beneath her, and she falls into something that can only be described as a nightmare. Made real bodies, bones, screams, an endless pit of everyone who ever walked into that field and never walked out. How did we get here? Let's go back to the beginning. It starts with two siblings on a road trip. Cal and his pregnant sister Becky are driving to San Diego when Becky suddenly feels sick. She asks Cal to pull over, steps out of the car, and that's when they hear it, a voice coming from inside the tall grass field that stretches out beside the highway. Someone crying out for help, saying they're trapped. Becky calls out. A boy answers, says his name is Tobin, says he's been stuck in there for days. Then a woman's voice cuts in, sharp and frightened, telling Tobin to be quiet. That's weird enough on its own. But Cal doesn't hesitate. He parks the car and walks straight into the grass. Becky follows right behind him. She tries to call 911. The signal dies instantly. So they split up slightly, walking in different directions, calling out to each other, trying to navigate toward the voice. Cal shouts for Becky. Becky shouts back. But something is immediately wrong. Her voice sounds like it's moving, like it's not coming from one fixed point. Cal notices it. Becky notices it too. They agree, stay still, don't move, and they'll find each other. They try jumping so they can spot each other from above the grass line. The first jump, they're close. Maybe just a short walk apart. The second jump, they're suddenly hundreds of yards away from each other, like the field itself shifted between jumps. Cal starts to panic. He's wandering, losing focus, and he trips, falling face first into the grass. When he looks up, there are bloodstains on the ground. He pushes through the stalks, and there it is, a dead dog, just lying there in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't tell Becky what he found, just says he slipped. But both of them are now scared, and Becky makes the call, forget the kid, they need to get out. Except they can't find each other. The sun starts going down. They've been in there for hours. That's when a man steps out of the grass in front of Becky. His name is Ross. He tells her he knows the way out, but he's still in here because he's looking for his wife and his son, Tobin. He asks Becky to stay close, to never let him out of her sight. They move together, but it doesn't last long. Somehow, even walking side by side, they lose each other in the dark. Meanwhile, Cal is still alone, exhausted, defeated, calling Becky's name into the void. And then a small boy appears behind him, Tobin, the same kid who called them in here. Tobin tells Cal that finding Becky might actually be easy now, because she's probably dead. He holds up a dead crow and explains something that sounds insane, but turns out to be completely true. This field doesn't move dead things. Only the living keep wandering, keep getting lost. The dead just stay exactly where they fell. Cal asks if Tobin is the one who lured them all in here. Tobin says no, someone else did the same thing to him first. And then he says it again, like it's just a fact. Becky is going to die soon. Somewhere else in the field, a figure bursts out of the grass in front of Becky. She screams. Back with Cal and Tobin, they've been walking towards something, a massive stone, sitting alone in the middle of the field, ancient looking, wrong looking. Tobin touches it and goes completely still, like he just felt something surge through him. He tells Cal to touch it too, that it feels like power, like something unlocking inside you. Cal reaches out, and that's the exact moment Becky's scream tears through the field. Cal runs toward the sound without thinking. Tobin watches him go. Now we meet Travis, Becky's boyfriend. He's been waiting for the two of them to show up somewhere, anywhere, and when they don't, he goes looking. He drives out along the same highway, finds Cal's car parked near a small church, covered in a thick layer of dust like it's been sitting there for weeks, not hours. Inside the church, nothing. But on the road outside, he finds Becky's notebook. He goes into the grass. Travis is smart about it, at first. He ties knots in the stalks as he walks, marking his trail, but the grass unknots itself behind him. He pushes forward anyway, and then he notices something that stops him cold. He's been walking in a straight line toward the sun, and then the sun is suddenly behind him. He hasn't turned around. He walks all day. By nightfall, he's drained and has to stop and rest. That's when Tobin appears behind him, and Travis nearly has a heart attack. Tobin asks Travis if he can hear the sounds. A strange humming. Voices just beneath the wind. Travis listens. He can. Tobin explains they're the sounds of other people trapped in the field. You have to listen carefully, or they disappear. Travis asks who they are. Tobin says they don't matter. They're not connected to them. Then Tobin says Travis's name. Travis freezes. How does this kid know who he is? Tobin also knows Travis is looking for Becky. He offers to take Travis to her. He does. And Becky is dead. Travis breaks down completely, sobbing on the ground next to her. When he looks up, Tobin is already gone. The next morning, Travis wakes up and hears a voice from outside the field. Someone calling for help, saying they're trapped. And that voice, it's Tobin. But it's a different version of Tobin. He's outside the field with his mother, telling her someone in there is calling his name. Then Tobin's dog runs into the grass. Tobin chases it. His parents chase him. And in seconds, all three of them are swallowed by the field. Travis screams at them to stop. Don't come in. But it's already too late. Night falls again. Travis can't find any of them. But he finds the stone again. That same massive stone, sitting exactly where it always is, no matter how lost everyone gets. Morning comes, and the whole thing starts over. Tobin's voice crying out for help. Becky and Cal hearing it from the highway. Walking in. It's a loop. It's been a loop this entire time. Now all of them are inside the field simultaneously. Travis can hear Becky and Cal. Becky can hear Travis, and she can't figure out how he got here. Tobin is shouting that his dog is dead. Voices are coming from every direction. No one can see anyone else. They follow Tobin's voice like a compass, and somehow, impossibly, they all find each other. Becky stares at Travis. How is he here? He tells her he came looking for them when they didn't come home. Cal says they only left 2 days ago. Travis says it felt like 2 months. Nobody has time to argue about the timeline. They need to get out. Travis lifts Tobin up onto his shoulders so the kid can see over the tops of the grass. In the distance, a building. They walk toward it. Then Becky's phone rings. The voice on the other end tells her not to let Cal hurt Travis. Don't leave Travis alone with Ross. Then the call cuts out. They keep moving. Then the grass reaches out and starts wrapping itself around Becky's body, dragging her down. She goes limp. And right then, Ross appears, the father, the man Becky first encountered in the dark, and he pulls her free. Ross tells them he found the exit once, made it all the way out. But he came back in because he still couldn't find his wife and son. He tells them the way out isn't as straightforward as they think. And then the building, Tobin spotted from up high, just disappears. Not hidden by the grass. Gone. Like it was never there. They follow Ross now. He says he'll lead them out. They walk until it's dark again. And somehow, of course, they end up back at the stone. Ross tells them whoever touches the stone will understand the way out. Cal steps forward to touch it. And then a woman bursts through the stalks. Ross's wife, Natalie. She's terrified. She's shaking. She tells them to stay away from her and her child. She tells them Ross is lying. Every word out of his mouth is a lie. At that exact moment, Becky gets a flash of something, images slamming into her mind. Dark, violent images. Ross doing something horrible. She doesn't tell the others what she saw. She doesn't have to. All three of them step back from the stone, and Ross changes. Whatever he was pretending to be, he drops it. He becomes something else entirely controlled, cold, mechanical, like something else is operating him from the inside. He tells everyone they need to touch the stone, that it's the only way they'll understand, that the stone will give them what they need. Travis has heard enough. He goes at Ross. but Ross throws him off like he weighs nothing. Then Ross turns to Natalie. She tries to run. He catches her, and he kills her, right there, in front of everyone. The group scatters. They run with Tobin, and then the dog Freddy, the dead dog that Tobin said was gone, comes barreling out of the grass and leads them to a building, a bowling alley, old and abandoned, and they pile inside and hide. The panic breaks something between Cal and Travis. Cal starts blaming Travis for all of it, says if Travis hadn't come in here chasing Becky, none of this would be happening. It gets loud. It gets physical. And then Ross is at the door, and they're running again, this time up to the roof. On the roof, Travis looks out and realizes something. The church, the one where Becky and Cal left their car, is visible from here. The bowling alley is right between the field and the road. Becky says the church is just on the other side. They're closer to the exit than they've ever been. Then Travis looks down and sees Freddy sniffing at a small patch of grass. The dog walks into it, and in a blink he's on the road outside, visible from the roof. He just walked through the field and came out the other side. There's a way out, a hole in the loop. Travis is sure of it. He leans too far over the edge. He slips. He's falling, and Cal grabs him, saves his life. But then, something whispers in Cal's ear. Something the field says to him, and Cal lets go. Travis hits the ground below. Tobin sees the whole thing. Ross reaches the roof. Everyone scatters downward again. Tobin runs ahead without stopping. Becky can't find Travis anywhere, and she looks at Cal with something cold in her eyes, like she already knows. Cal runs straight into Ross, and Ross tells him something chilling. He knows what Cal was thinking. If he had turned left instead of right, maybe he would have made it. But every choice he made in this field brought him right back here. The field doesn't do it randomly. Every decision is weighed, and every decision returns you to the stone. Then Cal sees something on the ground, his own body, already lying there. Ross kills him. Travis is alive. He gets up and starts calling for Becky, and she's calling back, and they find each other through the sound. They're running. Ross gets in front of Becky. He corners her. She grabs a pair of scissors from the ground and drives them into him with everything she has. She runs. The rain starts. The field shifts around her, throwing hallucinations at her twisted, distorted versions of what she's already seen, and somehow she ends up back at the stone. She picks up her phone, she dials her own number, and she leaves herself the message, the one we heard at the very beginning. Don't let Cal hurt Travis. Don't leave him alone with Ross. Or this will keep happening forever. Then the ground splits open underneath her, and she falls into the pit bodies stacked on bodies, everyone who ever walked into that grass and was swallowed by it, screaming all at once. When Becky opens her eyes, she's given birth. Her baby is here, and standing over her, feeding her, trying to help, is Cal. She looks at him, recognizes him. Flashes of something dark flicker at the edge of her memory. Then Travis finds her on the ground, unconscious, and Tobin steps forward with a look on his face that doesn't belong on a child's face. He tells Travis he's killed everyone, even Cal. He says it's never going to end. Everyone is going to keep dying, over and over forever. Ross appears and slams Travis to the ground. He's out cold. Then Ross grabs Tobin and drags him toward the stone, telling him he needs to touch it, that it will give him peace, give him what he needs. Becky wakes up. She sees what's happening to Tobin, and she throws herself between them. Ross turns toward her, and Travis, barely conscious, running on nothing, launches himself at Ross one last time. Ross dies, but so does Becky. Travis is the last one standing. He walks to the stone. He touches it. The field erupts. Red lines tear through the grass like veins, like something ancient finally waking up or finally burning out. Travis takes Tobin's hand and walks him toward the edge of the field. He tells the boy to go. Get out. Don't come back. He tells Tobin, don't ever let Becky walk into this field. Travis doesn't follow him out. Tobin steps through the grass and finds himself outside, standing near the road, near the church, in the real world. He can see Becky and Cal's car. He can see them walking toward the field, about to go in. He runs at them. He shouts at them to stop. He pushes something into Becky's hand, a necklace, the one Travis gave him before sending him out. Becky looks at it. It's identical to the one she's already wearing. Something inside her shifts. She doesn't know what just happened, but she knows enough to know she cannot walk into that grass. They take Tobin with them. They get in the car and drive away. The loop ends. The field goes still. And somewhere inside it, Travis stands alone, next to the stone, in the silence, surrounded by grass that goes on forever as the movie cuts to black and leaves you with the only question that really matters. Why did any of this happen at all?